My name is Nilesh Kulkarni and I'm the Master Coach of the Speak to Change Foundation. I'm 65 years old and I was born in 1955 in Pune to parents where the mother was a housewife and the father was following his passion of being a stage magician. He subsequently went on to join journalism and retired as chief news editor of All India Radio, and also wrote a very successful This Week in Parliament kind of column for a group of newspapers in Maharashtra. The stage is something which came very naturally to me, and I first went on stage at the age of 5 along with my father, and from then till date have had a deep interest in theatre, and I have written, directed and acted in almost 54 or 55 plays. This passion is shared by my family, and there was at least one play in which not only I, my wife and my children acted, but my parents acted as well. I'm also a voiceover artist, and I did my first dubbing for a commercial at the age of 7, and from then till date I must have dubbed probably 1,000 ads or documentaries or visuals. The most famous of which undoubtedly were a series of 7 advertisements for Amitabh Bachchan. No, my voice doesn't match his quite at all. That was digitally mastered, but I did the emoting in Marathi for an ad for which he had originally dubbed in Hindi. I'm an entrepreneur. I finished my MBA in the year 1978 from the Faculty of Management, Delhi, and went into the corporate world. But very soon, getting tired of the complexities and the uncertainties in a corporate career, quit and started on my own in 1985, and for the last 35 years have been running my own company which manufactures, services and installs water treatment equipment. It's a middle-sized company. I guess I can't say I have been spectacularly successful in business, but that's only because my attention was always diffused along various areas of interest, and I was never one of those hardcore let me work till the end of the day and go home and work still more. For that matter, a standard rule at home was that no work was ever brought home, and after 5:30 or 6, no calls were ever taken from a client. For that matter, I can probably tell you that in 35 years of being in business, not once have I taken a client out for dinner, or not once have I attended to a client after 6:30 or 7. It depends on how you define success. I may not be the largest company in the field, but I'm very happy with all the things that I've been able to do, along with running a company and taking care of my family. My wife is a Marathi-speaking Punjabi who is a specialist in preschool education and was very successfully running her own school, which she shut down 5 years back to pursue her passion, which is painting. I have 2 daughters, the older of whom is a lawyer and the younger one is an architect, and both of them are married. I have 2 grandsons aged 7 and 6 who are really the darlings of my eye. I love reading. The books that you see back there are just the overflow. The main library is in the other room, and we have probably 1,200 books which are continuously being added to every month. Currently I read mostly non-fiction, which adds to my knowledge base or helps me form opinions and attitudes, but I've read a lot of fiction in my times, and undoubtedly it is fun. If you ask me for a favorite author, it's always, without any doubt, P.G. Wodehouse. I am a total P.G. Wodehouse fan. Of the 94 books, I own 80. And I just love reading them, rereading them every now and then. My core philosophy is that I am responsible for whatever happens to me. I do not believe in blaming others. I do not think it is the universe that will conspire to give me anything. I believe if there is something right happening in my life, it is because I have worked towards it. If I have failed, it's into me that I must look to see what went wrong, and it is within me that I must make corrections in order that things get better. At 65, it will be wrong to say I have lots of dreams about what I want to do next. I'm happy living a day at a time. I'll be happy to pass on whenever it is so fated, and I think when I go, I'll be a very happy man. If there was ever an epitaph to be written for me, I would like it to be, here is a man who took responsibility for what he did and lived happily ever after.
Join the Speak to Change